In this lab, we will look at the time series analysis of the COVID data. Step 1. We will load the time series data. The link is here for confirmed cases. So this is the link for the confirmed cases. And it's a CSV file. And the deaths from COVID-19, this is the link for the deaths of COVID-19. And it's a CSV file. And the number of recovered patients from COVID-19, this is the link, and it's also a CSV file. So now we want to import this time series into 3pandas data frame. So the way to do it is first we need to import pandas library as PD. Let confirm df equal pd.read_cv of the web address, and let death df equal pandas.read_csv of the web address. Let recovered df equal pandas.read_cv of the web address. And when we run that, so let's check what's confirmed df looks like. So the confirmed data frame is of 289 data rows, and there are 1147 columns. And the death data frame has 289 data rows, and the number of columns is 1147. And the recovered DF has 274 data rows and 1147 data columns. Step 2. We plot 3 time series of confirmed, death and recovered cases in mainland New Zealand, and we want to exclude Cook Islands and New Year. So the Cook Islands and New Year are under New Zealand, but we want to exclude in this case. So do we see anything unusual? So let's have a look at the confirmed the country or region column, and we want to see the unique country or region, and we have all this printed over here. These are all the countries, and from the countries we want to subset New Zealand. So this is the way to do it. Confirmed df square bracket will have the country region equal to New Zealand. So running that gives 3 data rows with 1147 data columns, and there is Cook Islands province, New Year province, and Nain province. So we want to exclude Cook Islands and New Year, and we want to include the third one. So confirmed New Zealand dot ilog index location, ilog is for index location, square bracket 2. So that will give us for Nain. So province or state is Nain, and country or region is New Zealand. Latitude is minus 40.9006. Longitude is 174.886. And all the values for the confirmed values are given. Now the death New Zealand, we want to subset the country or region equal to New Zealand. So death df and then square bracket country or region equal to New Zealand. So we get 3 data rows, and we can see the first 2 are for province or state Cook Islands and New Year. We want to exclude this. So the way to do it is death New Zealand dot index location. So I log for index location square bracket 2. So that gives this. Then let recovered New Zealand equal recovered DF, and then square bracket subset country or region equal New Zealand. And we get 3 data rows and 1147 data columns. The first 2 data rows are for province or state, Cook Islands and Niue, and the third one is name. So now we want to exclude Cook Islands and Niue. So recovered New Zealand dot index location. So I log for index location square bracket 2 will give us this. So it will exclude Cook Islands and Niue. So now let's do all this in one go. So confirm DF, we subset the country or region equal New Zealand, then we do dot index location bracket 2 for all the data frames, confirmed, death and recovered. Now next we want to plot. So we want to plot the confirmed cases, the death cases and the recovered cases. So now let's do it step by step. So we will use 2 libraries. We will use matplotlib.pyplot and we will use NumPy. So let's import matplotlib.pyplot has PLT and import NumPy has NP. Then let's plot the graph. Let's plot confirmed cases. So plt.plot of confirmed New Zealand bracket 3 and so on, comma, label equal confirmed cases. But the third, so the values start from fourth row, as we can see here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth index location is where the values are lying. So this should be 4 and so on from fourth row. So let's plot this. So we can see the confirmed cases are almost 0 everywhere, and then it rises. So the horizontal axes are not very clear. So let's see if we can do some adjustments on the horizontal axis. So now we will do plt.xticks of np a range of 1, confirm New Zealand dot shape 0, 90. So what does this mean? So now let's do np a range of confirmed New Zealand dot shape square bracket 0. Let's see what it gives. So it gives the values from 0 to 146. Now let's put 0 as the so let's put from 0 to confirm New Zealand shape 0, and let's put 90. So this will give the values in steps of 90 from 0 to 1147. So we get 0, 90, 180, 270, and as we can see, the last value is 1080. So, and if we put in place of 0, the minimum is 1, then we get 1, 91, 181, and the last value is 1081. So, let's keep it to 0. So, let's keep this to 0. And then, let's see what that gives. And we also want to print the legend. So plt.legend, open and close bracket. So this is the confirmed cases. Now we see that the confirmed cases was 0 and that it starts rising. So the levels on the x-ticks are still not clear. So let's do some more modification. So plt.xticks bracket rotation equal 45. So that will rotate the labels 45 degrees. So now let's have a look. So now it's better. So we can see that around November, so from 11th of January 2022, the confirmed cases started rising. Okay, let's add some more values here. So plt.plot, now we want to show the depth of the COVID cases, and that will be the values are from 4th row. So label equal death cases, and we also want to show recovered. So plt.plot of recovered New Zealand, and that's from the 4th row, label equal recovered cases. So let's run this. So we can see that the recovered and the death cases are very minor. And let's put the X label and the Y label. So plt.X label is from days from 22/1/2020, and plt.Y label number of confirmed number of let's put COVID cases. So it's like this. So now it seems that the number of recovered and death cases are minuscule compared to confirmed. So we couldn't see much. Next, we show the number of recovered and death cases on a separate y-axis. What's wrong now? So we'll do it step by step. So let's create the first y-axis. So if we do fig comma, let fig comma x1 equal plt dot subplots, then it should plot the empty figure, and it plots a figure of length 1 width 1. So now let's do the rest of the steps. So create the first y-axis. X1 dot plot confirmed New Zealand from 4th row and so on, label equal confirmed cases and color equal B. So let's see what it plots. Okay, it's taking little bit of time. So it plots the confirmed cases, and as you can see that the first axis, the x-axis is not very clear. So let's do some adjustments there. So we'll have plt.show open and close bracket because otherwise it will keep printing the first line has the description of the plot. So now x1, first we want to set x label. x1 dot set underscore x label, days from 22/1/2020. So we can see they should set the X label. So the X label is now days from 22/1/2020. Now let's set Y label. X1 dot set underscore Y label of number of confirmed cases and comma, we want the label to be colored blue. So color equal B. Let's run that. Okay, so the Y labeled y-axis is labeled number of confirmed cases and it's in color blue. Now then we set the parameters or the tick parameters. So let x1 dot tick underscore params of x is equal y comma label color equal blue. So all these tick labels will be marked blue, will be colored blue. So as you can see, the tick labels of this y-axis is all now marked blue. Now instead of putting here color equal we don't have to put color equal blue here. Once we have ticked, oh yes, we need to put that color equal blue. Yes, for set Y label we need to put color equal blue. Now label color is blue, but the tick colors as you can see is black, so we want to color that blue as well. So let's put color equal blue, B. As you can see, the tick marks are blue as well. Now let's add another command, x1 dot set underscore x ticks of np dot I range 1 to confirmed New Zealand dot shape bracket 0. This will give 1147 comma 90. So this will set the tick marks in the range 90. So let's run that, and we can see that the tick marks are in range 90, but we can't see it clearly, so we need to do some more adjustments here. So let's add another command, x1 dot tick underscore params of x is equal x, comma rotation equal 45. So the tick mark labels will be rotated 45 degrees. So we can see that is rotated 45 degrees now. So instead of doing from 1, let's the range of x-axis from 1 will do from 0. And that is from 22 January 2020. Now if I did from 1, then what it will do, it will not include the first day, which is 22 January 2020. Let's check that. Yeah, so it's from 23 January 2020. So let's do it from 0. So it's from 22 January 2020. Now let's create the second y-axis. So we want to create the second y-axis. So the way to do it is to use twin X. So twin X, what it does is that it uses the x-axis for another graph. So let x2 equal x1 dot twin X, open and close bracket. So we can't see those anything because we haven't plotted anything. So let's start plotting. So first let's pass the first command, x2 dot plot death New Zealand from 4th row, label equal death cases and color equal red. So now we can see that these death cases are added in red and the values are on the right y-axis. Now let's add the recovered. So x2 dot plot bracket recovered New Zealand from 4th row and so on, comma label equal recovered cases, comma color equal G. Let's run that. So now the recovered cases are added. As we can see that the recovered cases increases and up to 15 July 2021, and then it drops to 0. So the recovered cases was stopped from recording on from 15th of July 2021. Then let's do another command, x2 dot set underscore y label of number of death and recovered cases, comma color equal K. So we want to put the y label, number of death and recovered cases, and we want to color that K. Let's run that. So we can see that the y-axis is now labeled has number of death and recovered cases. Now let's add another command. X2 dot tick underscore params of x is equal y, comma, label color equal k. So we want to tick the parameters on the y-axis, and we want to label the color the labels as k. Let's run that. So this is what we get. So now let's add another command. X2 dot set underscore xticks x2 dot set underscore xticks bracket. Okay, we also want to color the ticks k, so we'll put color equal k when we pass the command for x2 dot tick underscore params. Now next we want to pass the command x2 dot set underscore xticks of np dot irange from 1 to confirmed New Zealand dot shape 0, comma 90. So do we have to do that? Because we have already done for x1 set xticks, and we are taking the twin of that x-axis. Do we need to set the x-axis xticks range again? I don't think so. So it looks like this, and let's see what happens when we don't do this. We get the same graph. So let's not do that, and let's add the legend. So x1 dot legend, we want to locate it upper left. So lock equal upper space left, and for x2 we want to put the legend upper right. So x2 dot legend bracket lock equal upper right. Let's run that. So upper left we have confirmed cases, and upper right we have death cases and recovered cases. So now, yes, it seems that we stopped recording the number of recovered cases in July 2021. Our solution can be just stop plotting when the number is 0. Could you try to do that? Now, what happens is that we just have to add a condition. So we need to add a condition for the recovered cases. So for the recovered cases, we want the recovered underscore New Zealand from 4th row and so on not equal to 0. And then we want to plot x2 dot plot of np dot irange of from 4 to length of recovered underscore New Zealand this will be for the values not equal to 0, and comma recovered New Zealand 4th row and so on, the values not equal to 0, comma label equal recovered cases, color equal green. So this is the condition we want to add. And as you can see, that the recovered cases are added for when it is not equal to 0. Let's let's not do from let's not let's do it from 0, the range of the x-axis from 0 to length of recovered New Zealand. Let's see what happens. And what happens when I put 1? Now it gives me error because I have been doing so here I need to do from 4, that's okay, but the x-axis to do from 3. Yes, so we get this. Now the difference between this graph and that graph is because we are in this graph we are looking from the values, the non-zero values from 4th row, but in this plot is looking from 3rd row, but the 3rd row doesn't give the value. The 3rd row gives, as we can see, 0, 1, 2, 3, that's longitude value, so we don't want that.